All right, ladies and germs, how in the hell are you? I am doing well as usual. Thank you for asking. It's a beautiful day in the great Pacific Northwest. I am down at the Bremerton Ferry Terminal, and there's, what is it, Anthony's on the bay? Yes, Port of Bremerton Marina. I used to keep my offshore race boat right here throughout the summer, and I would also keep my fishing boats here. So in July and August and September, you could find me ripping up and down the Puget Sound all over from here down to Silverdale and out around Bainbridge Island and fucking blasting all over the place at 80 miles an hour in my 28-foot Chris Craft Stinger with two 350s under the hood. That was a badass boat. I wish I still had it, but I don't. Like most things that I've had in my life, I don't have them anymore. I don't give a fuck. Just stuff. And, I used to keep my fishing boat down here from about the middle of July through September because, how y'all doing? I'm fantastic, thank you. Because throughout the month of August, late July, and through August, there is a run of Chinook that comes through here, and they run up Gorst Creek. It's a hatchery system, and they do a good job. The Suquamish tribe has a lot to do with it, and the Pogey Club, and they pump in thousands and thousands and thousands of baby salmon, and then they come back 3 or 4 years later, and they're all, 6 pounds up to, I don't know, 20. I've caught them out here 25 pounds in the past, some real nice ones. And I used to go up to the hatchery and talk to the guys from time to time. And I know they've gotten fish back to the hatchery that were over 40 pounds, believe it or not. And there was one year, a number of years back, it's got to be close to 20 years ago now, but they had like 30 some odd thousand Chinook come back to that little tiny stream, which was phenomenal. I mean, you could go out here and catch fucking 10 or 20 of them in a fucking morning and then go back out in the evening and catch a bunch more. It was phenomenal. And I will have a boat again one of these days soon, and I will be out here fishing. Okay. Right out here, there is a spot called the 140 hole. And that hole, which is 140 feet deep, by the way, that's why they call it the 140 hole. It used to be absolutely loaded with lingcod and true cod and rock cod, and salmon fishing was good in there. And today, ain't worth fuck. There's no cod left. There is 0 true cod left, which is sad. And that's due to human beings fucking everything up. There were pictures. I used to work in the shipyard, okay? I went to the Puget Sound Naval Shipyard's apprenticeship program. I started in 96, if I remember right, graduated in 99, and became a journeyman ship fitter. And I did that for, I don't know, 7 or 8 years. But there were pictures in some of the buildings in there, some of the shops, big pictures. And one of them that I remember very well was a picture of the dry dock, which is where they bring the boats in to work on them. Okay, they pull the dam out, right, and they fill the dry dock with water, and they float the boat in, and then they put the dam back in, and they pump all the water out, and then it's dry. Okay, that's why they call it a dry dock. Well, they used to do that, and there was a picture of the dry dock and the entire dry dock, which is enormous. It's probably the size of 5 football fields, okay? And the entire thing was about 3 or 4 feet deep with true cod. I'm talking about millions of them that traveled in there when they pulled the dam. And, basically they all died. And that was just one example of a tragedy that was inflicted on the natural resource. But today there's not a single true cod left, and the reason for that is because of the gooey duck, the commercial gooey duck industry. And what they do is they go down, divers, with high pressure water jets, like a pressure washer, and they blast the muck, which uproots the geoduck. And then they're easy to get, because without that way of getting them, they're just really, really hard to get. And so they blast all the muck and they get all the geoducks. Well, that muck goes up into the water column and then it settles back down. And guess what? All that muck buried all of the native codfish's nests where they would lay their eggs and everything. It buried them all for years, year after year after year, until they were all dead, all of them. Talk about a travesty of epic proportions. My grandfather used to take me up underneath the Aga Pass Bridge, and there would be a garbage can in the boat, and he had a couple of like balls of string and these goofy little lead things with a squid, like a rubber squid on it, and we would just drop it down and hand jig, bang, 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 one after the other, and we would fill up the garbage can. And then we'd go home and fillet true cod for days. And you had a year's worth of true cod in one outing. There are none left. None. It's disgusting. It really makes me sick what we've done to the natural environment. And if we don't start doing something to repair those damages, then it's all going to be gone forever. Oh, it's telling me I got to shut it down. I'm out of space. So God bless you all. Let's start treating Mother Nature a little better, shall we? We shall. Or I'm going to start squeaking like a squeaking squeaker. So let's take care of Ma Nature, shall we? I insist.